Hi, Mattress Mack here with my friend Graham Bodie, PhD, one of the world's leading experts on an incredibly important subject called listening. Welcome, Graham.
Thank you.
Glad to have you here. Do you mind if I ask you some questions about listening?
Absolutely, it'd be great.
How important is listening to healthy relationships with family, friends, and coworkers?
So to me, I don't think you can separate listening from relationships. I think listening is relationship and relationship is listening. So the way that you enter into a relationship is by listening to hearing people's stories. I mean, think about when you met your best friend, when you met your wife, when you met, right? You started by having conversations about telling your story, about them telling their story and getting to know each other. So the more you listen, the more you're in a relationship, and the more in your relationship, the more you should pay attention and listen to that person. Unfortunately, I think a lot of times what we do is we take the people we love for granted. What we realize is the more we listen, the more we can be in a relationship.
That's great. What benefits can we derive from actively listening to the speaker? I think you just went over a couple of them. What other benefits can be derived?
Yeah, so I think when you're actively listening, there's benefits for both you as the listener and the speaker as well. So for the speaker, of course, every one of us wants to be heard, right? We all have a story to tell, and we want to be listened to.
Right.
And so the more we're heard, the better we feel, right? The more engaged we are, the more successful we are, right? Benefits to the listener, you get to know the other person better, you get to know people in your community better, you get to know your family better, and the deeper that you listen to another person, the more connected you are. The better Christmas present you can buy them, the more you feel better about yourself, for buying them a really good Christmas present. So I think there's benefits for both the listener and the speaker.
What negatives occur when we don't listen or interrupt early and often, as I do, way too much?
Yeah, think about the last time that a conversation went sour, and you felt like the other person misunderstood you. And every one of us had a conversation that ends something like, well, you said this, but I said that, but you said this, but I said that, and then everything goes to heck, and everything escalates. So it just, the benefit is mitigating those misunderstandings and helping people understand, where I'm coming from and where you're coming from, so we can get on the same page.
And I apologize for just interrupting you. I can't help myself.
Yeah, we've all got a problem.
All right, let me make a confession here. I never took a listening course in high school or college. Is that because, as a society, we don't value listening as much as we should?
I think as a Western culture, we value speaking over listening. We think the person that's speaking is in control and the person listening is passive. And so I never took a listening class in high school either, but I took several speech courses. And I'd like to see that change, of course. I did take a listening class in college, and I teach listening classes at the college level, but most of us don't get that opportunity. So when I get to come teach at places like Gallery, it really makes me happy that I'm getting to touch the lives of people that may not have ever had a listening course.
How would a person embark upon a self-improvement journey to become a better listener?
I think the first step to any self-improvement is just awareness, right? What are you good at? What are you bad at? And you can call them strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. Typical, SWOT analysis. Right. So what do I do really well? What are my strengths? What would other people say are my strengths? And what do I not do so well? What are my weaknesses? What do those strengths open up in terms of opportunities for me? And what are the threats that are open up to me or that are caused by my weaknesses? So whether you're going to get healthier by eating or exercise, or whether you're going to be a better listener, a better communicator, a better parent, it's awareness. What am I doing now? What do I need to change that I'm doing now in order to get a better person? So step one, awareness.
What have all the devices that we carry nowadays, what have they done to our ability to listen and to show empathy and to connect with people?
Absolutely. So you've probably been at a restaurant and you've seen a family having dinner and everybody's like this, That
looks like us.
And what is that doing? I think first of all it's separating us, and as Sherry Turkle has a really good, she's talking about together alone. Right, we're
together
there.
alone.
We're together, but we're separated by our devices, or we're together on our devices, but we're not together, face to face. And so, if you're not, paying attention to the person in front of you, instead you're on that device, you're not really connecting or really having that relationship. So, every once in a while, put your devices down.